What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Diving, your weekly proper gaming talk show. We're your hosts, Sanzology, J-Dubs, and Mario.
It's
Here,
me.
here to talk about the Summer Game Fest and who took the biggest L's, because we all know who it was. But before we jump in, just want to let you guys know we do have a podcast that has a little bit extra stuff in it. Sometimes we don't edit all of it, so we do have some more hotter takes on the podcast. So go check that out whenever you get a chance. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you like this video. And let us know your thoughts in the comment section below at the end of the video as well. Anyways, we're going to jump right into this because we got time constraints. So, Summer Game Fest was yesterday. Literally yesterday. We're recording this in the morning. It wasn't as big as E3, but I think we all knew that going in. But even that being said, it still wasn't all it was cracked up to be, in my personal opinion. There's a lot of stuff that was shown off, but there's a lot of stuff that was missing as well. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't say missing. I would just say you can't put expectations on the showcase. Jeff Kelly said that, and I don't know if you guys watched his dialogue, but Jeff Kelly said that in the beginning. He was like, "Look, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're not going to see, aka all the people clamoring for God of War and Last of Us. Fuck off. Everybody clamoring for.
I mean, we did see Last of Us stuff.
Spider-Man 2. Fuck off. It was just he was just pretty much look. You're going to see a lot of things here, but you're not going to be seeing the biggest names ever.
So can I push back on that?
Go for it.
Temper yourself.
I'm gonna push back on that very point. When did we see God of War and Last of Us and Spider-Man? Where did we see them at?
No, I'm saying he was just a lot of people was like.
I understand, but you're saying you can't set the expectation, but that literally was how our expectation got set. Yeah. Both of those trailers came out the 2020 Summer Game Fest.
Wasn't it last year?
2 years ago. It was the COVID year.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's the expectation because that's all we knew, right?
Right.
And that's still all we have.
Heat. And that they dropped some absolute heat the last Summer Game Fest. Yeah. They went hard.
Right.
Yeah, we're not. It might not be fair to expect every year to be that good, but at the same time, where else are we going to see it? It's these guys aren't Nintendo, and they're not just going to drop it on Twitter and be like, "Here's a trailer for Pokemon."
Yeah, and we also didn't see it at the State of Play either, which was last week. So
and they're not just gonna randomly just drop it on the internet. They're gonna make a big deal out of it. And
they are, but you can't expect it. I not that I was expecting it. It would have been cool if we did see something, but it wasn't like, oh my god, it's like a guarantee.
I think it's safe to assume now that God of War is not coming out this year.
I know
we can't. We don't know that. We don't know that.
I don't think that's safe to assume that.
I mean, at the same this is probably the biggest game event of the year besides Game Awards. That's going to be the only other one, unless they do another State of Play, which they can do, but it doesn't have the hype that Summer Game Fest did. Because Summer Game Fest is taking the place of E3. Right. So, I mean, they can do it at a State of Play, but I can't really see that happening. Because they always do all their biggest announcements during these, big gaming events.
I mean, I think it was only bad in terms of expectations. That's about it. I mean, the indie devs knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
They showed some really interesting games. And I do have my 3, but I think we'll wait until we get into that later, just while we talk about the overall, feel of the Game Awards. I mean... not the Game Awards, Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Sorry,
hosted by the same people, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it was bad. I think they did a good job at showing off games that are kind of more low key, and I think that was the whole point of it. Honestly, I think they wanted to just show. Then not only did they want to show some big stuff, but they wanted to show some. I loved when they showed off Street Fighter 6 and Callisto Protocol. Loved it. I thought it was amazing.
All right, So
KJ, what are your thoughts?
Before we get into games, I'm gonna go through my biggest issue with this conference State of Play. It just seems like every game that I've seen a trailer for the most part, Is everything a fucking horror survival game now?
Yo, seriously, that's
Like
like
everything.
the new trend apparently.
Like that was it just me? I didn't know if I was just the one being like,
No, it was the
oh,
entire beginning
another
of
horror survivor game.
the entire beginning of this show was just horror space survival. Everything was going to space. Everything was horror survival. A lot of it was based off of.
It's not
just
even the
space.
beginning. It was Callisto. It's routine.
Well,
It's
that was all in the
Layers
beginning.
of
Everything
Fear.
in the end. Well, yeah, Layers of
Routine
Fear was the only
in
one
the
at
middle
the
of
end.
the fucking show.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, what do you mean? It was everywhere. Fucking that's the fucking the one fucking it looked like a weird Souls-like game or like a shooter game. The which one? Can't remember.
Oh,
the
which
name.
Witchfire.
Witchfire?
Yeah, that joint.
Yeah.
Like that still had horror elements. So
Yeah.
like,
No, you're right.
Okay,
You're right.
but
It is all kind of
no,
horror.
I mean, I think that was more dark fantasy than horror. I don't
Well,
think
either way, it's still kind of in the same genre.
all right,
I
so
mean, you can
like
say the same thing
everything's
about
dark
Doom.
and gritty and
Yeah.
jump scares. I don't, and then we still gotta consider there's a Dead Space remake on the way still.
Yeah.
That I'm assuming gets announced at the EA
and the
EA
Alan
Play or
and the
whatever it is.
Alan Wake 2, that's coming too. So
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. There's just so much coming.
I think it's only because like there's been a slump with that kind of genre actually being,
I mean, that's
scary.
fair.
you know.
Resident Evil exists.
Yeah, but Resident
I
Evil
mean,
7
Resident
was not
Evil-
scary. It was more action than anything else.
Resident Evil
I
7.
think
Or
I think
8,
you're talking
sorry.
about 8. I think
Village.
you're talking about 8. I didn't play Resident Evil 7, but it was reported to me that it was very scary.
7, I played Biohazard. Biohazard was terrifying. Village, I watched a playthrough of it. There were like little to no horror elements to that game. It was more of a shooter than anything else, which is
Yeah.
fine. But that was the biggest gripe that everybody had with that game. It was
I
just
think,
more
and I
accessible
think
to
that's
the
why
people.
I think that's why the horror. I think that's why these OG horror developers kind of came back to the fold, because like you have Resident Evil that keeps going back and forth between, hey,
Yeah.
let's appeal to the mainstream, hey, let's try and make things really scary, and you know
The last two
it
games I
doesn't-
feel have been more fear based, more like.
What'd you
scary.
say?
I think the last two have been more horror based and scary. So just
Yeah.
going through the list, right? So I'm just going to read them. Aliens: Dark Descent. That's going to be a horror shooter
Yeah.
or a horror RTS. Callisto. Fort Solis. Routine. Stormgate. I'm not going to say.
No.
And Midnight Suns. They're trying to be dark and edgy.
Technically, yeah.
And then there's it's called Nightingale. That was the one.
Oh, yeah, Nightingale.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
Nightingale,
There were
Layers
a couple.
of Fear.
There were a couple things I saw today that I did not talk about when we were talking about our expectations, or when we were talking about games that we wanted to come out this year. There were a couple that I saw this year.
Nightingale's one of yours.
Like, oh shit! Yeah, Nightingale. I've been waiting on.
He was
Nightingale
hyped
since it
about
got
that one
announced.
at the last.
It got
Summer
announced
Game Fest.
at the last Game Awards. Yeah, I've been waiting on Nightingale since it got announced. I've been waiting on Witchfire since it got announced 2 years ago.
This is the first time I heard about Witchfire.
And
honestly.
Metal Hellsinger. I've been waiting on Metal.
Yeah, they did
Hellsinger,
show off
too.
that, but even that
That,
again was kind of horror based.
Yeah, it's demons and shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like
That's not
everything just-
horror.
It's
Okay, fine. It's demons and whatever.
Yeah, it's in the
still-
same realm. It's in the same realm.
Everything just either looks like knockoff Resident Evil or knockoff Doom, and it's
Exactly.
fucking whack.
Yeah, I don't really know why they're going that path, and even you can make the argument for knockoff Dead Space, because I mean you have
Yeah, Callisto.
and
Callisto's
Fort
literally made by the
Solace
people who made.
and Fort
Callisto's
Solace.
literally done by the same studio
Yeah,
that worked.
well,
on
yeah,
Dead Space.
yeah.
So
So that
you can't call
that
it a
one's fine.
knockoff.
No, I'm
It's
not.
made
I'm
by
not
the
really
same
saying it's
studio.
a straightforward knockoff, but I mean like
You
Callisto
can't- you can't
Protocol is
call-
from the same dev who first made it, and then Fort Solace is
If
definitely
it's in the
inspired by
same
it.
universe or it's a continuation, then
Nope.
Go
Nope,
ahead, go for it.
Spiritual
Yeah, go for
successor. It's a spiritual successor.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What do you guys classify the Outer Worlds as?
Like a Fallout-esque.
There we fucking go. It's made by Obsidian. They did New Vegas. It's still a fucking cop out. It's still a knockoff version. All because it's got people who worked on the core version doesn't make it not a knockoff.
Yeah, no, it's a Fallout-esque game, yeah. And this one's a Dead Space-esque
It's
game.
a spiritual sequel. Sequel. That's all it is. So I don't know. Like
I mean, I would say I think it's either gonna. I think they're trying to tie it into Dead Space.
I don't
where-
think,
They
no,
literally
dude, they're
can't.
not. They
They
can't.
literally can't.
Yeah, it's
They
under
can't.
a whole new
EA's not
property
going to
now.
fucking do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's under
If
new
they were
property
going to
now.
tie it
This
with
is
Dead
an
Space, they'd
original
still
thing.
be working for EA.
Yeah, this is an entirely new, not new, but IP from
different,
them.
like different, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's from the same.
So yeah, it's not Dead Space, and that's what I was saying. That's what I said literally last time when that game was announced at the State of Play. I was like, okay, I get the guy. This is the guy who originally made Dead Space, right? He was one of the guys who originally made it. But then why are you basically making the exact same game you made like 20 years ago? Why don't you make something? I mean, I get it's in your wheelhouse. That's fine, but try to do something a little bit more original. Like, come on.
I don't think it's going to be the same. I think it just at first they're going to market it like it's the same thing, and then I think it's going to
not a
set
good
itself
idea,
apart. I think it's going to set itself apart within the game.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see for sure.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see because that's why I'm not like giving judgment on it. It's just like it looks like just it looks scarier. It looks like it has a bit of a different storyline, and it's one of those things where we're just going to have to kind of wait and see what happens.
I mean, I can explain to you why they're making this game. They didn't make Dead Space 4, and people love Dead Space.
Mm-hmm.
And Dead Space
Simple
3 was not great.
But people love Dead Space, so like spirituals. Every time a spiritual sequel comes out, like fucking, it doesn't matter. People are gonna hop onto it because they won't get the proper sequel for whatever they want. I was trying to think of an example, and no, I can't. And there's plenty.
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Back for Blood.
Back for Blood.
Yeah, Back for Blood.
Thank you, Jules. Like Back for Blood, people bought it still. It was a card-based zombie survival game, right? And it was weird.
I love the game. I think it's fun. I brought it. I think it's real fun.
But that's what I'm saying. It's still just knockoff Left 4 Dead, though. It's
which is why it didn't sell a whole lot.
Yeah, but knockoff doesn't always mean it's like a term of a derogatory term. It could just be a fact.
I mean, they had even when they were marketing the game, they were like, "Yo, this isn't supposed to be Back for Blood. This is a different universe in the same genre." And I kind of have to agree with that. Like, just because like something comes out in the same genre doesn't necessarily mean that it's a knockoff. I mean, you could argue that, of course, but like. It just depends on how you think about things.
The thing they have to do with these games is if you're going to make it like extremely similar to the other game, you have to make it better than that other game because otherwise it's just going to fall flat, and that's exactly what happened with Back 4 Blood.
Is there a game that you guys saw that you saw more about and it changed your perception of the game? Because that's kind of where I'm getting at with
not really
some of these.
A lot of it, it was just they either just launched or showed off
like this was a summer game fest like that. It was just I mean, they already announced that this wasn't going to be a summer game fest that announced new stuff, but they were.
I mean, a lot of it was new. Most of it was world premiere stuff. Fort Solis, Flashback 2, Modern Warfare 2, Routine, all that stuff was world premiere stuff. So it was all fairly new. In terms of new announcements and trailers, but it wasn't like big name, big AAA, blockbuster games. We're seeing most of this was indie stuff. Or not indie, but like right in the middle between AAA and like AA, I guess you can call it.
I mean, when I saw Street Fighter 6, I was like, all right, this looks really good. I mean, I was really hyped for it more when I saw the trailer. It gives me Street Fighter 4 feels. I don't know, like kind of Street Fighter 4 feels. With like the graffiti and like the
hype over
soundtracks.
I got hype over Goat Sim 3. Really because I fucking love those games.
Really?
And they made fun of the Dead Island trailer and I fucking died. That was funny as shit.
Yeah, I caught that. I was like, is this Dead Island?
Right? I was like, no. I knew what they were doing. I'm like, God, that's fucking hilarious.
I appreciated them talking about Darktide. I am excited for Warhammer Darktide.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that game for so long since it got announced. I love the Vermintide series, and that's the
I
thing.
haven't played any of them. I really need to though.
I said in another video, I wish I could get more into the Warhammer 40K universe because it's so vast. it's as vast as Star Wars.
It's like getting into Magic or some shit. Like it's going to take over your entire life.
Crazy. Yeah. So I'm so excited for that game too. Did anybody have any? I know I've been talking about my games. Anybody else have any games that they were like excited to see or?
Well, you've been talking about your games because I literally care about nothing on the show. Like, there were games I thought, oh, okay, that looks cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the weird speed running gunning card game.
Oh yeah, that was a what, neon white or whatever.
Yeah, neon
Oh,
white.
Neon White.
That one
yeah,
looked
that
cool.
Neon
was
White looks
really
sick,
cool.
but I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna buy it. It looks cool.
I'll watch gameplay for it if anything.
Yeah,
But yeah,
the metal game will
Metal
type
Hellsinger.
Hellsinger. Yeah, Metal.
That's gonna
Hellsinger,
be
that
his
will
like
play.
go-to game as soon as that comes out.
But other than that, no. Like
Modern
everything else,
Warfare
like,
2 looked pretty cool. I like the new
mean, but
gameplay we
it's-
saw.
I mean,
it's a COD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
at
I'm
the end
about
of the
to
day,
say.
it's a
Like,
COD.
it's COD.
It's definitely one of the most advanced in terms of mechanics and
Yeah, but we know
physics.
we're getting
COD,
there. Why
but,
do I care?
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
No, we're getting.
I love.
So
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because they always just like, yo, this is going to be such a new experience. I'm like, how? How is this going to be a brand new experience?
I will admit that I am looking
Tell
forward to
me.
Warzone 2.0 because I do still like Warzone. I haven't played in forever, but I still legitimately enjoy Warzone. So I am looking forward to Warzone.
bro,
getting
let's hop on
updated.
Warzone this weekend.
I'm fucking. Oh, I can't. I'm actually in Philly all weekend. I'm actually gonna be around you guys all weekend
Then why do you wait till shows to tell your friends who live in Philly?
because I'm
Gonna
going
be
for my
Philly?
cousin's grad. I'm going for my cousin's grad party.
That's bitch move. That's bitch behavior.
I'm gonna be busy. I'm not. It's not like I'm going there to visit. I'm gonna be busy all weekend.
Jules, do you agree with me? Is that bitch energy?
I just found
Okay.
out. I just found out today that we are staying on Sunday. So I mean, if you guys want to grab lunch on Sunday, if you're free, hit me up.
For podcast listeners, Jules gave me a thumbs up when I said that. Bitch
Oh
energy.
yeah, sorry, I forgot. This is going to be a fun. Yes, that is a bitch move.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be busy with family. It's not my fault. God.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Your family's cool. They were scared for like,
I'm going to be
I mean,
drunk
at
from
least-
like
at
12
least
until
acknowledge-
midnight tomorrow. All right.
I mean, at least acknowledge your faults. I mean, if I was in the same situation, you'd be like, all right, yeah, that was a bitch move. Just
Hey,
acknowledge
dude,
your
you've
faults,
come to
man.
Lancaster so many times. I've not hit me up. So shush.
Cause I was a driver. I'm a delivery driver.
No,
I
you
could go
came to
deliver
Millersville,
like-
but you were busy, so it's fine.
If
Oh,
you
I'm
would've
steady in
been-
Lancaster. I'm steady in Lancaster. And I just do not tell you.
Exactly. So what the fuck? What the fuck up? Warzone 2.0. Legitimately looking forward to that. So, and Modern Warfare, it's going to be another COD, but at the same time, Modern Warfare is probably their best franchise. So I'm down with it. Other than that, I'm going to be the stain here and say I legitimately liked what they showed off for The Last of Us Part 1 remake. It looked great.
Why?
It looked good. Here's the thing. I legitimately do enjoy it when devs go out of their way to do definitive editions of stuff. Same thing with like directors doing director's cuts. I like director's cuts because it's there closer to what they wanted to do. Now, will I end up actually buying this game? Probably not. But am I going to enjoy watching it and seeing what the differences are? Of course I am. Also, the multiplayer for The Last of Us Part 2 looked kind of interesting.
Okay. You know what I like?
I'm gonna let
When
him take
developers,
this
when developers
one. I'm gonna let him take this
take-
one.
whole teams, right? And instead of remaking a game they made fucking 8 years ago, they make something new.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
100%. I agree with
I
you
don't
there.
need I don't need a definitive edition. I don't need a director's cut. I don't. Just make a new game.
He is
Make a new
working.
fucking
He did
game.
say that he has a new project that he's working on.
They're
Like, he's
making
not-
factions. I get it. I understand it. I understand. They're making factions.
Well,
I
no.
completely
I'm saying he's making a whole new IP.
It's a Last of Us multiplayer IP.
No,
It's
I mean
factions.
Neil Druckmann is working on a unannounced game right now, by himself
Cool.
basically right now until the team is finished with Last of Us shit.
Cool. You know what would help that if the team wasn't tied
I
up
know.
with Last
I
of
know.
Us Part 1 shit.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to buy the game. I'm going to enjoy seeing what is different.
Yeah, but then you're
But-
doing the thing that everybody else does. Like, oh, I get to see this game built brand new from the ground up. Nobody, I don't care. You're part of the fucking problem. Why? Why do you want the same game you've already played re-released again?
I don't.
So you can
If they're going to do it, I mean, you might as well enjoy what it looks like. God, I mean, at the end of
you
the day,
fucking
we have no
shouldn't.
say. They're going to do this no matter what we say. So shit.
I understand that, but I understand it, right? I get it. Like, consumers are going to consume. People who want to be the biggest Last of Us stands on the planet are going to buy the definitive director's blood sacrifice edition. What the fuck ever, right? I don't care. But as a consumer myself, I don't see the point of seeing a game that was released on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Let's remember this. This game is not a PS4 title. It is a
And
PlayStation
4.
3 game.
And
It's-
4.
It was
Thank you.
remastered.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
getting there. And they're released for the PlayStation 4, and now the 5. That is 3 gens for one fucking game.
I mean, look at fucking Grand Theft Auto.
I was going to say
that's going to go
is the
for fucking
only one-
ever.
But that's
Yeah,
not
but
a
you know what
great.
GTA
That's not a
is?
great feat to. That's not a great something to strive to. Like,
Oh, it's not, and I
you
fucking hate what GTA is doing.
You.
And like I said, I'm not gonna buy the Last of Us remake. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna watch gameplay. That's all I'm gonna do. The
then the
multiplayer
thing
I'm
is,
looking
like-
more forward to than the remake of 1 and 2.
And a lot of people's argument is just like it didn't need to be remade. It looks
didn't.
fine.
It didn't
It did.
technically.
It's still. It looks pretty much the same with like minute extra
What
features.
the fuck? I just saw someone driving down King Street. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, somebody's going to get into an accident. That's tight.
Holy shit! I fucking hate King Street. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're
yeah.
good. No, but I to like carry on what Jules is saying, like if it was a remaster, that's one thing because that's just a graphical change, right? They built it from the ground up. Patrick, they basically
I get it.
again.
I get it.
I fucking don't.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I don't agree.
I
with
don't
it.
fucking understand why you would do that. I don't.
I don't either. But I'm saying,
And why in the fucking during Summer Game Fest we have to watch Neil Druckmann fucking pimp out his goddamn show? I know the show's coming. Why the fuck in the middle of Summer Game Fest?
No.
I had to have The Rock tell me about fucking
right?
Black Adam.
Right? Like
I
that
don't
was so
give a
fucking
fuck.
stupid. That was
They're
the
not
dumbest
video
thing
games.
ever. That was the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, yeah, cool. This movie kind of looks okay. But why are you showing it off now? Like, just because you're in Fortnite doesn't make you into the gaming
That
shit.
was literally how they tied it in. Oh, The Rock's in Fortnite, so we can show the trailer.
Right? I'm like, that doesn't fucking work. Stop.
I thought that was really awkward. The fact that he was like half naked in a gym. Like, yo, man, go see Black Adam. Yo, man.
See,
play
that would have
Fortnite.
tied in so much better if, like, they announced that Black Adam was going to be in something like Suicide Squad or Gotham Knights or something like that. That would have been a better tie-in. But it's not happening, so why?
Like, hey, Black Adam getting his own game.
Right?
No,
like, that
man,
would have been cool. It's
see
like,
Black
here's the
Adam.
game, here's the movie. Get hype.
Imagine
That makes sense.
having something gaming related for Black Adam during the Summer Game Fest. That's
Exactly.
crazy.
I know.
Couldn't be.
Oh my god. But no, other than that, like, Midnight Suns looks cool, but I'm not an RTS fan. So
Does it? Does it?
It looks interesting. I like the
No, it
story
doesn't.
looks cool.
No, it doesn't.
How not? The story for Midnight Suns in general is a pretty cool story.
What's the story?
It's just supernatural shit. It's basically the same thing. As
I
Justice League
love
Dark.
doing this to you. I love doing this to you.
It's the same
You're
thing as
defending
Justice
something
League
you don't
Dark.
know shit about. You don't know anything about it.
They're fighting off Lilith, the mother of demons. They're bringing in all the supernatural characters from Marvel with some of the other characters and doing shit.
Okay.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you gave the most Wikipedia answer ever.
Do you know the story to Midnight Suns, KJ? I mean, I don't know if it's I don't even know if it's an official comic story.
This is an original story.
Yeah.
Because the main OC, the main character is an OC. Like, it's not based
yeah.
upon a comic. I wasn't asking him to tell me what the plot line in the Midnight Suns comic was. I was asking him to tell me what the game's about.
I told you what the game's about.
No, yeah, barely. You gave me the Wikipedia answer.
It's an RTS game with all like a amalgamation of Marvel characters fighting off demon versions of other Marvel characters.
Do you know how it plays?
It's an RTS game.
It's a card battling RTS game. See, do research on
that's
things
right.
before you talk about them.
I only saw the one, the two
I
trailers.
just saw the one trailer.
Mm.
I watched one trailer 6 months ago. That's how I know these things. Just fucking watch trailers, buddy. It doesn't look good either. It's RTS. Like you said, you're not going to play it. Listen, we're Marvel guys. I will full on say it. Like, I prefer Marvel over DC. Game looks bad. Game looks mid. I'm good.
If they made that into like a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque game or something like that, it might have been better, but
Why do you always do this? Do you
because
do
it's
this
not
on
going to
purpose
be
make me mad?
it's not going to be a Marvel's Avengers game.
What did
Why
he
do you
do?
always bring? He brings up Guardian of the Galaxy.
No,
anytime
I'm
he
using
talks
it.
about a Marvel
I'm
fucking
using.
game.
I'm using it as
Shut up. Hold on. Let me make my point. You remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about the Avengers, right? And then he brought up Guardians of the Galaxy, the base game. He's like, "That game's amazing. It's great." And we're like, "No, that game's fine." Right? Remember that too?
Yeah.
And then last week we were talking about Square, and he brought up Guardians of the Galaxy again.
Because they made the
He
game.
keeps bringing up this one fucking crew.
Because it's their most recent game.
I mean, he's sticking
It's
to
their
his
most
guns.
recent game, and 2, it's not going to be another Marvel's Avengers game because that game was trash. But if it's going to be another group-based game, Guardians of the Galaxy is the best example that we've got currently.
Oh, I want you to suck my dick with authenticity.
I mean, not really.
What's the other best group-based game that we have right now?
It's a solo game, man. It's not a group game.
It's not a group-based game.
I'm saying if they make that into a group-based game. Like, Suicide Squad. That's kind of.
So what you're saying is you would play an RTS Guardians of the Galaxy game?
No, I'm saying I would do Midnight Suns in the style of Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad.
Why? Because then you just do another game again. And then we got into the whole thing about DC doing that a couple weeks ago with Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad.
Okay, but like, what else are you actually going to do with that kind of genre of game?
Not make it.
That's fair.
I think I want to point out that I just finished the Summer Game Fest, and their biggest takeaway was to do 20 minutes on Last of Us. I really don't understand why they want to do that. As the closer, I was just like, dude, I don't care. Troy Baker, you just tried to do NFTs that destroy the whole gaming industry. Fuck you. Neil Druckmann, you're raking in money right now from HBO. Fuck you. And like I don't understand why they needed to flex this so hard. I really don't.
Because it's still Last of Us. It's the premier Sony franchise, probably. Like even
right now,
more
besides
than God of War.
I think God of War.
I think it's more.
Really?
Yeah, I think so too. Like you have a lot of people that didn't know what God of War was when the new God of War came out because they didn't play the old ones. Last of Us had a fresh start. It was an original IP. Everybody fucking knew what Last of Us was. And even if you didn't, it's now on PS Plus. You know what Last of Us is. You know.
And you want to know the real undersell, like the big like undertone that you always have to consider is the fact that Ellie is a young like teenage girl, and that's a character a lot of people don't see in video games.
That's true.
And then in 2, you're playing as Ellie. And that story, like that. So I have games, right? I have games that I call girlfriend games, like a game that your girlfriend can watch you play, and like be intrigued because the story is so engrossing. God of War is a girlfriend game. Last of Us a girlfriend game.
Bioshock Infinite was my girlfriend game.
Bioshock girlfriend game.
Yeah.
Gears of War girlfriend game.
Yeah,
there's so much just kind of like things going on that it draws in a larger audience, right? So I think that in the past, however many years since the original Last of Us was released, I think 2013. Don't quote me on that.
Something like that, yeah.
I think it's drawn in a larger audience because it's such an engrossing story and a captivating story.
It is, and it was one of the best games released on the PS3 when it came out. It was a fantastic game.
I think it's just easy to make that like your poster boy. Like, you can't make Spider-Man the poster boy because
plus Ellie's gay, which was solidified in the first game, the first DLC. So that's
I think until 2, you can make an argument that the poster boy was Drake.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Sorry, I had to take a phone call. What were we talking about?
It's okay. We muted you. We're talking about how Last of Us is the like flagship PlayStation franchise.
Oh yeah.
But we're basically wrapping this up now, just with that.
Yeah.
I guess I said what I have to say. So I guess I'll ask you guys like. What was the game of the conference? Like, what was the one game that really like was like, okay, this was worth it? Because I genuinely don't have one.
I would say Callisto Protocol. I would say Callisto Protocol and Modern Warfare 2. Purely because Modern Warfare 2 was hyped up so much beforehand. And Callisto Protocol was announced at the State of Play, and then we just got new gameplay for it.
I'm sorry. I respect to all, no offense to anybody that loves Call of Duty, but if you say you were hyped for a Call of Duty game in a game conference, that's a basic bitch move. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm sorry. Like it's at this point, it's a basic bitch move, and it's a remake. The basic bitch move. I'm sorry.
I mean that's fair, but I'm just saying because like there was so much hype generated around that release and that announcement. That's why like a lot of people tuned in because they're hyped for it, and because Modern Warfare carries so much weight.
That presentation was so off. It was like, yo.
I mean, it was pretty basic in terms of
we needed to have a space big enough to present Modern Warfare 2, and I'm like, you're not presenting anything physical. What do you need the space for?
They rented out that building before they even knew who they were booking, so I'm not going to blame that on the developers.
What'd you say?
They rented out that room before they even knew who they were booking
yeah.
for the show. So I'm not going to blame the developer for that.
You know, the conference itself, extremely mid.
Incredibly mid.
Incredibly. But that's purely just because they didn't have... I honestly, I think that the stuff that they showed off was literally all they could, purely because so many games are still getting delayed, pushed back, and everything. Like, I almost guarantee you that we're not going to get any... I almost guarantee we're not going to get any more Sony games this year, except for like some like smaller ones. I don't think we're going to get God of War this year. That's just my hot take.
I was happy they showed off more of SF6. I was happy that they showed.
How much more do you want to fucking see?
It's a Street Fighter game, bro.
You got a trailer last week, and then you got another fucking trailer this week.
And it's only to show off one character.
And they keep putting things on the goddamn Twitter. What else do you want to see?
No, I said I was happy that they showed off more of Street Fighter.
Oh, I wanted to see more. I'm about to say what the
fuck? No. Yeah. No, I'm happy they showed off more.
You want to see Chun-Li's fucking butthole or something?
You're gonna have a Street Fighter only fans. Okay, but seriously though, like what other games did you guys actually think that this?
I'm being genuine. I didn't care about a single thing on the showcase.
Just I think my biggest takeaway for me was Metal Hellsinger. I'm waiting for that. I love FPS, and I love like
you love obscure FPS games.
I love supernatural FPS, and this game actually made me buy BPM, bullets per minute, which is another rhythm-based shooter. I think rhythm-based FPS are so fucking cool. Because, like, I think, like, they always have such a great soundtrack. And, like, this game has been already promoted to have, like, people from, like, System of a Down and Trivium.
The soundtrack is going to be fucking lit.
And, like, all these legendary metal artists are going to be on this fucking game. Like, this shit's official, bro. Like, and I love it, man. I can't wait to be fucking slaying down demons to fucking System of a Down, man. Like,
I love this.
Hell, that's one of the reasons that a lot of people love Doom is because of that soundtrack.
The soundtrack is so epic. Fire. Yeah, Mick Gordon. And that's why they announced Mick Gordon in here. I was like, Mick Gordon? Mick Gordon?
Yeah.
Yo, Mick Gordon? Yo,
I can tell you're a big fan of these games because you know who that person is. I have no idea who the fuck. I love this for you. I absolutely adore this.
Dude, he's been looking forward to Metal Hellsinger since the Game Awards last year. He's just been like, I want it.
And that's the beautiful thing about conferences, right? Like, you guys found something, like even if it's one game, you found one game that you're super stoked for, super excited for, right? And I'm happy you guys have those games. Like, yeah, this conference was a miss for me, but, like, there's a whole Xbox Bethesda conference.
Oh, I know. They're gonna hit. That thing's gonna hit different. It's gonna be nasty. We're gonna.
I also agree. I think that's gonna be the conference that kind of sets this shit off.
Oh, 100%. Xbox is gonna take this.
And we have a Capcom coming up this upcoming week too.
And we have games.
Why? So they can show me more Street Fighter fucking 6? I don't care. All they're gonna do is show me Street Fighter 6, the RE4 remake, in VR, and the RE8 VR.
What was the other Capcom game that they showed off at this Summer Game Fest?
Oh, it was the Capcom fighting games.
Yeah, the arcade.
The arcade shit.
Capcom fighting games.
For the fucking Switch.
Which I might end up picking up for PlayStation. I might. I mean, it looks pretty cool. But
how many times are you gonna play that?
It depends on how many friends I have to play it with. Honestly.
0. So you're gonna have 0 friends to play with.
We recorded an episode like so long ago, guys. Like the longest time about if gaming is an expensive hobby or not. Like we talked about that like months ago. Remember? Yeah. So that's part of the point of things being expensive for no reason. Why are you gonna get a game nobody's gonna play with you?
On the off chance that somebody might play with me.
That's exactly my argument with Gotham Knights and most Call of Duty games.
Here's the thing. It's all about like how you like I am a very social person when it comes to being in person, but when it comes to the technology, I am very much like I don't reach out to people. And so like it's hard for me to make quote unquote friends online because like I mean,
fucking felt my guy.
Yeah, I just don't.
Because most people online are toxic as fuck.
Yeah, that too. And then
just,
you never know if you're gonna run into a 10-year-old, and then you're like, my best friend is a 10-year-old. What am I doing with my life? I'm fucking 30.
I made one good friend online. That was it.
If I make friends with a 10-year-old, I'm going to try my hardest to fuck his mom.
For real. For real. That's fact.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
fuck yeah.
Easy. Try my hardest.
That is
Friends
facts.
got to be two ways. I started as your friend, now I'm your stepdad.
Yeah, that's facts.
Oh,
Easy
my
peasy.
God.
Easy peasy.
Oh, that's gold.
Come on, I love the MILF status. I really do. It's nice.
So, in terms of like summer game conferences, because they're not over. This is just the beginning of a buttload of them. Because at the end of the summer, we got Gamescom, which I
IGN
think is
still
going to be even
covering
bigger.
Sonic for the rest of the month. Like
Whatever. Whatever. I think Gamescom might actually end up being a bigger event than Summer Game Fest was.
I mean, we got PC gaming showcase.
That always is kind of like a hit or a miss, though.
I mean, it's a hit or miss because of the fact that a lot of console players don't tune into it.
Well,
It's
yeah.
like, and
a lot of it is like indie stuff or PC.
But
ports.
I think it would be a good idea for console players to tune into it just to see what they're missing.
They know what they're missing, but they don't give a shit because they're dedicated to that one console. But that's a whole other conversation, which we kind of had during our expensive games conversation.
No, yeah, I mean we did, yeah. But I always like looking at the PC gaming list because it always shows me how vast the gaming landscape is. It always reminds me where it's just like there's always this untapped potential of amazing games, and console players never know about it, and it's so sad because like I feel like
it is what it is. That won't change unless they put Steam on like Xbox and PlayStation store.
I mean, I'm not.
Which would be kind of dope, to be honest.
But I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just saying, like, I even before I had a PC, I would always look at the PC gaming conference just to see like what games I can look out for because they may end up coming over to console, like Splitgate. Splitgate was only on PC.
Splitgate is actually not a bad game.
And then it came over to console, and it's a really good game. I love it more than Halo. I love it more than Portal. It's really good in my personal opinion. So. I always watch out for, and I've been looking at Splitgate for a long time.
That's fair.
Found it like in 2015.
No, that's the thing. A lot of the games at the PC gaming show will be like they're a lot of really cool like proof of concept shit because then they'll launch on PC, see they're viable, and then they'll port them to consoles if they think it's a worthwhile venture.
Yeah,
so that's always cool to see what's coming. Because a lot of those games, like, we might not see for a while, but, like, because it's on PC, they'll get, like, play alphas, free alphas, and shit like that, and games still in development and stuff like that. So that's always cool, and that's why I kind of do like to watch the PC gaming show. But at the same time, like, I usually just glance over just because I don't have a PC that can run half that shit. So...
So I'm looking forward to that. Sony's going to have another gaming conference, and honestly, like we said last week, like we said a couple weeks ago, I'm very interested to see what Xbox is going to come up.
They're gonna steal it. They're gonna fucking steal it.
Like I said, I will still stick to this thing. Sony did pop off a little bit, and
they didn't, but okay.
They kind of did. They showed a lot of what they gave
everything that we've been waiting for. And again, this isn't me saying that like, oh, you should rush development so we can see shit. Everything that we've been waiting for, we haven't seen in like 2 years or more. So, kind of a bummer, but again, I kind of get it.
I have a question.
What's up?
Jules, is God of War 2 coming out this year, yes or no? That's it. I just want a yes or no. I want nothing else. Yes or
no? No.
Patrick?
Nope.
I'm going to stick with yes.
Unless they show it off this summer at some point.
Nope. Answers are locked.
You
two say no, I say yes. You two say no, I say yes. And I swear to everything I love, if they announce it for this year, as soon as we do the episode afterwards, I'm going to yell and call you.
Should we put money on this? $20.
Why are you trying to put money
I already made a bet with Sonic. I already made a bet with Sonic Frontiers, which will result in me getting Callisto Protocol because I hate horror games. So I don't need to make another
That's
gaming
fair.
bet.
That's fair.
I made a bet with my best friend, and he was like, "Yo, I know you hate horror games, but let's make a bet. If Sonic sells over 1 million, you'll get Callisto Protocol."
Ooh.
I was like, "All right, bet. Fine, I'll get it. Fine."
It's kind of a low bar, though. $1 million?
Over $1 million?
That's kind of a really low bar
Not really.
For as much
Not for
hate as the game is
Sonics.
getting at this point,
Not for Sonics. That's a normal number.
That's
yeah,
fair.
What's the time window? Is it like a year, 2 years, or
it's like
like?
I think it's like 3. I think we did like 3. If it sells a million within like 3 months, 3 to 6 months.
Oh, you're fine. You're
Oh
not
yeah.
gonna make that. Yeah, you're fine.
In a year,
No, that game's not
yeah.
gonna fucking sell. Yeah, that game's not gonna fucking sell.
Yeah,
It'll be lucky to do like 50,000 units in 3 months.
Yeah.
because I
Even
was
like
like,
the hardcore fucking Sonic fans.
Yeah. Now
I'd
here's
grab
here's
that.
a better question for you guys. Since the Xbox Gaming Showcase and Bethesda is coming out, do you think we're going to see Elder Scrolls 6?
yes.
Fuck.
Because they announced it 2-3 years ago?
So here's the thing: Xbox
No.
E3?
Xbox does not have anything to show that's coming out this year, and that's I've been rooting for Xbox. I'm not saying I haven't been rooting for Sony either. I'm rooting for both, and so like I want both to do well. I want them to like both do really well. But like, if you want to be honest, they don't have anything. They don't have anything that's coming out this year.
They don't.
Sony has already had a couple of exclusives come out, and Gran Turismo 7 is kind of trash.
That
right
was
now.
dead in the water, but they got
Yeah,
they got
but they got Horizon.
They got
Yeah.
Horizon, they got Ghost of Tsushima.
So I'm
they got a
really
couple.
I am excited because ever since the last generation, Xbox has kind of known that they've been kind of like lacking. And
Yeah,
so
100%.
they've been like working on their hardware, working on everything else, and they've been giving us the answers that we want from them. Like, yo, what's going on? Where's their exclusives? Blah 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 blah. So like, and they had to delay everything till next year. So we have to see something. They have to show something viable and something.
I mean,
that's
we know.
worth
I mean, it's a
showing.
whole Bethesda Xbox showcase, so we know we're going to get some stuff.
Something,
But
yeah.
we don't. I mean, I almost guarantee we're going to see the Outer Worlds 2, because that's a not a low budget title, but that's a smaller title. 100% going to see that. We're probably going to see something
Grounded.
for Starfield. Yeah, we're going to see that.
I don't think we see anything from Starfield.
No.
I don't think we see anything from Starfield or Redfall.
Do you think we're going to see anything for Avowed?
Pushed. Huh?
Do you think we're going to see Avowed?
No. I think we don't go near any of the big MMO kind of like
ones.
Bethesda games. I think smaller title Bethesda we get a lot of.
I would be interested to see if we saw anything from id Studios. Just because I know they've been kind of quiet towards towards their next project. Like they finished with Doom Eternal, which is goddamn probably one.
And they came out with that DLC, which expanded on that, but since then, nothing.
And I don't want to spoil it, but like,
dude, it's been out for fucking ever, dude. Like,
I mean, all right.
That game's been out forever.
Spoiler warning: with that DLC, they pretty much concluded the Doomslayer story.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just say that. So it was just like, what are they going to do next? You know, and they've been working on something. It's just that some people have rumored it to be like a new Quake or a new Unreal Tournament or. You know, so like I'm very interested to see what their next project.
Unreal Tournament would fucking go.
I would love a new Unreal
and today's
Tournament,
esports layout too, dude.
Yeah.
Unreal Tournament would fucking
that shit would
go.
That shit would.
Yo, you might just did something there. Hold on.
Did you just break the internet?
Hold on.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Heard it here first, folks.
Bro, on Unreal Engine 5.
Oh shit.
That shit would be fucking fire. So I'm really interested to see what it does. They always put out like really polished, really good FPSs, and even their like more kind of low key projects are really good. So hopefully we see something from them.
I would say that we see maybe some just.
I think we might see something from Avowed. I think we might see something from Avowed. So far, that's the
Avowed. We only got one trailer for, and that was it.
Atomic Heart. I want to see.
Oh yeah, what the heck? I almost forgot about that. That's a
first person.
What the fuck is that?
Atomic Heart. It was like this Chernobyl-esque horror shooter.
First person
thing.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird, but that's not an Xbox exclusive, is it?
I thought it. Is it?
I thought it was made by an Xbox studio, but it wasn't going to be exclusive. Let me just see really quick. Oh, great. My internet's being stupid again.
What are you living in Mexico?
No, no, it is going to be on all platforms.
Okay.
It's being developed by Mundfish, who I
Okay.
believe
Are they
is they're a Russian studio.
are they under Xbox or
No,
not?
they're not under Xbox, but I think
Okay.
Xbox put their logo on it, to market it up.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
I mean, everyone kind of does that for different games, but yeah, Xbox did that for Atomic Heart, like at the Game Awards, I think.
Yeah, they
So
revealed it under their moniker. So like
yeah, I don't know.
I
We
would
might see that at a different showcase, or we might just wait till Gamescom to show more of it because we haven't seen that in a bit.
I just did a thing and just looked up Xbox Game Studios to see what's announced and to kind of take some guesses. So I have guesses now.
Okay.
Grounded, like I said, for sure, because
Yeah.
that release date is this year. I think this year we see Forza because surprisingly there hasn't been a Forza yet.
Wait, I thought we just got 5 like last
was
year.
the Horizon 5, right?
We just got that
Oh
last
yeah,
year,
there
right?
was last year.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's another Forza in
What the
fucking
fuck?
development. Then
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Really?
Why don't they just
Perfect
do a DLC?
Dark.
What the fuck?
Oh
Perfect
yeah,
Dark.
Perfect Dark. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Senua Saga Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 100% going to see that. 100%.
And lastly, State of Decay 3. I think those are the big ones we see.
Oh yeah.
I have to
Not a big title, but a big Xbox title.
They're big for Xbox, and especially Senua Sacrifice, that became like the new, not the new poster boy, but it became a new like big hit for them.
I can't wait.
The first game was fucking amazing.
I have to play the first game. I haven't played it yet.
God, it's so good.
I'm gonna play it on PC, and one of my coworkers was just like, "Yo, man, you're gonna hear things, and you're gonna think you're going crazy."
Oh yeah, dude, the game is fucked.
He's like,
it
"Yo,
will fuck
just
with
sit in
you.
a dark room with the screen on, and that's the only light, and you have
Plenty of hell horror, plenty of body horror. It's fucked, but it's such a good game. But yeah, that was one of the games I was kind of salty at Xbox for taking from me. But yeah, when they bought the devs. But yeah, no, I think all those games are definitely going to see. I think this summer's just going to be a smaller game summer, honestly. And that's just because all the big ones have been delayed.
I need to finish. Yeah.
I have 2 more questions for you guys.
Go for it.
I have 2 more questions. Ready? All right. Question 1. Does Nintendo pull a direct out their ass?
Oh yeah. Later this summer, yes, but not in this next week.
Nah.
Give me a time frame.
August.
I would say July, honestly.
I would say around Gamescom.
I'm with Jewel. When's Gamescom?
August.
Okay, well that's a good guess. I'm going to actually still stick with Jules. I think like 2 weeks after Summer Game Fest is over, we're going to see a direct. Lastly, is Sony going to pull another?
Nintendo likes to have the spotlight to themselves because they know that they like have like unique stuff.
Well, that's why they always do the directs, and they never participate in these big gaming events because they do.
They don't want to be overshadowed, and they know it's really easy for them to be overshadowed. I'm not gonna go into details about why, but like,
what was the other question, KJ?
Lastly, does Sony pull a state of play up their ass in July after seeing Xbox's showcase?
No.
They just had one.
I'm thinking September.
I'm thinking October, November.
Because I think they're gonna like promote Hogwarts Legacy a lot before it comes out.
I think they're gonna promote that around Halloween. Honestly, that'd be the best bet. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be around October probably for the state of play.
I think September.
Yeah, maybe. I would say like end of September into October.
Rush. Yeah, I think just get ready for like the holiday rush, just to be like, here's the things we got coming, and then you just kind of have to make a choice.
Yeah, 100%. But guys, let us know all your thoughts. What do you think about the Summer Game Fest? Will you be watching the rest of the game events that are going on today, tomorrow, and Sunday? I won't be able to watch until next week, so we're probably going to be talking about especially the Xbox showcase next week. So be on the lookout for that. Let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, let us know what you think about any of the questions that we asked in this video about, Nintendo Direct, State of Play, Gamescom, what we're going to see at all these events. Let us know everything down there. Make sure you go check out our podcast as well. If you don't like watching our faces, just want to listen to us spout bullshit, you can just do that over there when you're driving or something. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay excellent, and we'll see you guys in the next talk show next week. Peace.